Welcome, football fanatics. Brace yourselves for a Premier League showdown at the Theatre of Dreams. Manchester United, a Titan currently languishing in a shocking 16th place, prepares to host a spirited Burnley, who sit comfortably in 10th. Can the Red Devils finally ignite their misfiring attack, or will Burnley continue their surprisingly strong start, adding to United's woes? Here's the kicker: United's last 5 games, and their last 4 encounters against Burnley, have all seen fewer than 2.5 goals. Is this a stubborn trend set to continue, or will the immense pressure on United's new boss finally unlock a goal-scoring spectacle? Let's unravel this mystery. Picture this tactical landscape. Manchester United is expected to deploy a 3-4-2-1, aiming for width and attacking impetus, while Burnley will likely counter with a 4-2-3-1. United often dominates chance creation and reigns supreme in aerial duels, a real strength to note. Yet, their Achilles heel? Clinical finishing and a curious vulnerability against wing attacks. On the flip side, Burnley grapples with ball retention and can be torn apart by through balls and wide play. Both sides are known for letting fly with numerous shots and adopting a somewhat less aggressive approach, hinting at an open affair. Could United's attacking prowess meet its match in their own profligacy? Keep a keen eye on set pieces and crosses. United's aerial dominance against Burnley's defensive frailties out wide might just unlock a valuable goal. Now, let's talk about the missing pieces of the puzzle, and there are quite a few. Burnley's defensive line is significantly depleted, with key players sidelined, potentially exacerbating their known issues against wide attacks. For Manchester United, the injury list is even lengthier, featuring several pivotal attackers and a cornerstone defender. Is this the primary reason for their uncharacteristic goal drought? Adding another layer of intrigue, whispers suggest a potential goalkeeper change for United. Will this provide a much-needed defensive anchor, or will it simply stir the pot further, creating more instability? For those looking for a potential game-changer, keep a close watch on Benjamin Sesko. He could be thrown into the fray to spark United's faltering attack. These absences undeniably tilt the scales, impacting both teams' offensive and defensive reliability. The league table paints a rather stark picture, doesn't it? Manchester United, a Titan, finds itself languishing in a disappointing 16th position with just a single point from their opening 2 matches, having found the net only once. Contrast that with Burnley, comfortably in 10th, boasting 3 points and 2 goals. United's home struggles are evident, having already suffered a defeat at Old Trafford without registering a single goal. Meanwhile, Burnley's sole away fixture saw them succumb to a heavy 3-goal defeat, conceding 3. Curiously, United unleashes a barrage of shots, averaging around 16 attempts per game, yet their conversion rate is painfully low. Burnley, in fewer attempts, roughly 10 per match, demonstrates a more clinical touch. Both sides hover around 4 to 5 corners per game. And here's a fascinating insight for bettors: both teams consistently concede numerous shots from inside the box. Could this defensive porosity pave the way for a both teams to score outcome? Manchester United's recent form is, frankly, deeply concerning. They've managed to salvage draws in their last 2 outings, including a dramatic 2-2 draw in the League Cup after finding themselves 2 goals down at halftime, a testament to character, perhaps, but also to defensive lapses. Their Premier League home debut this season resulted in a solitary goal defeat against Arsenal. The Red Devils have now failed to secure a victory in their last 3 competitive matches. Even more telling for potential first-half markets, they haven't held a lead at the break in any of those fixtures. This pattern screams slow starts and a struggle to control games from the outset, a factor that could critically define the opening 45 minutes of this encounter. Shifting our focus to Burnley, their recent form presents a fascinating duality. They arrive buoyed by 2 consecutive home victories, including a comfortable 2-goal Premier League triumph and a League Cup win. Yet, the stark contrast emerges when they hit the road. Their only away Premier League fixture this season concluded in a crushing 3-goal defeat. This paints a vivid picture, doesn't it? A formidable force within the comforts of their own stadium, but seemingly vulnerable when traveling. That heavy away loss, where they conceded 3 goals without managing a reply, stands as a glaring red flag and a potent indicator of what might unfold for them at the Theatre of Dreams. Let's dissect the recent goal averages, which offer a compelling narrative. Manchester United generally finds the net once per game but tends to concede roughly 1 to 2 goals. Alarmingly, at home, they've registered 0 goals in their last outing while allowing 1. Burnley, for their part, averages about 1 to 2 goals both scored and conceded. But here's the crucial detail: Burnley has netted all their recent goals on home turf, while conceding a trio of goals in their solitary away game. This starkly suggests a profound struggle for Burnley to find the back of the net when travelling, mirrored by United's own difficulties in scoring at home. This pattern alone offers a strong hint towards a potentially tight, low-scoring affair. Historically, this fixture has been a true fortress for Manchester United. They boast an impressive unbeaten run of 7 consecutive matches against Burnley. Looking at their most recent 6 encounters, United has secured 4 victories and 2 draws. The Red Devils typically find the net almost twice per game in these matchups, while Burnley rarely manages more than a single goal against them. Furthermore, United has a consistent habit of taking the lead in the first half. This overwhelming historical advantage clearly positions the Red Devils as strong favourites, especially when playing at home, drawing a sharp contrast to their current league position. Let's truly drill down into the head-to-head goal analysis, as this reveals some fascinating patterns. Manchester United overwhelmingly scores the majority of their goals against Burnley when playing at home, with a particular knack for finding the net in the first half. Indeed, a remarkable 9 of their 11 total goals in this fixture have come at Old Trafford. Burnley, in stark contrast, faces a significant struggle, rarely scoring in the opening period against United. They've only managed a single first-half goal in their last 6 meetings. Adding to this, Burnley tends to concede a substantial number of goals when visiting United, with the majority of these coming in the second half. This analysis strongly suggests United could be poised to open the scoring early, especially with the home advantage, making first-half goal markets particularly interesting. Turning to height, a factor often crucial for set pieces and physical battles. While both teams field defenders of similar average stature, Manchester United boasts a noticeable advantage in goal, with their keeper being significantly taller. Furthermore, United's forwards also hold a slight height advantage over Burnley's. What does this mean for the match? This superior height, particularly for United, could prove absolutely vital in aerial duels and, crucially, for set-piece situations, an area where the Red Devils are known to excel. Could we see a goal born from a towering header or a clever flick-on? It's a definite possibility. Let's quickly turn our attention to the age profiles, which often hint at experience versus youthful exuberance. Here's an interesting tidbit: Burnley's goalkeeper is notably more seasoned, standing at 36 years old, compared to United's 27-year-old shot-stopper. Elsewhere, the teams are fairly balanced across their defensive, midfield, and attacking lines. Does this significant age gap in goal mean Burnley has a wise, calm head in crucial moments, or could it expose a lack of agility under high pressure? It's a subtle factor, but one that could play a part in the ebb and flow of this encounter. Player ratings reveal an intriguing, almost paradoxical split between these two sides. Burnley's defensive unit, midfield engine room, and even their goalkeeper generally boast slightly higher individual ratings than their Manchester United equivalents. This paints a picture of Burnley having a more cohesive, perhaps more reliable, foundational structure. Yet, the pendulum swings dramatically in attack. Manchester United's forwards consistently hold superior individual ratings. This suggests a reliance on moments of individual brilliance for United, while Burnley relies on collective solidity. The burning question remains: if United's star forwards can finally find their clinical edge, could their raw attacking quality overwhelm Burnley's sturdy but perhaps less individually gifted defense? Let's spotlight the key individuals who could truly shape this match. For Burnley, Josh Cullen is undeniably their talisman, leading the charge in assists, goals, critical passes, and even securing multiple Man of the Match awards. He is their undisputed creative engine. Maxime Esteve, meanwhile, is their towering presence, a crucial asset for winning aerial duels. Over at Manchester United, Matthijs de Ligt stands out as a formidable force in aerial contests and has also claimed Man of the Match honors. Bruno Fernandes, as always, remains their primary orchestrator, pulling strings with incisive key passes. For those tracking potential assists or game-defining moments, keep a very close watch on the duels and playmaking prowess of both Cullen and Fernandes. Now, for a different perspective, who might be prone to an error or a booking? Looking at the less flattering statistics, Burnley's Lyle Foster tends to be a frequent offender for fouls and often finds himself caught offside, a potential red flag. Intriguingly, Josh Cullen, despite his attacking brilliance, is frequently dribbled past, which could leave Burnley's defense exposed, creating gaps. On the Manchester United side, several players, including Patrick Dorgu and Casemiro, are known for accumulating yellow cards and committing numerous fouls. Even Bruno Fernandes is notably prone to being dribbled past. This confluence of statistics strongly hints at a match with potential card opportunities, particularly focusing on United's midfield and defensive players, and the vulnerabilities in Burnley's wide areas. Let's pinpoint when the nets are most likely to ripple in this encounter. A revealing trend this season indicates that both Manchester United and Burnley have a tendency to concede goals within the initial 10 to 20-minute window. Could we see an early breakthrough? United's singular goal this campaign arrived squarely in the 50 to 60-minute mark. Burnley, meanwhile, has shown a knack for scoring late in the first half and late in the game, but also, critically, conceded 2 goals in the 60 to 70-minute period. This data paints a picture of potential early action from either side, and a particular vulnerability for Burnley in the mid-second half. For those considering goal-time markets, these windows are certainly worth noting. Finally, let's tie it all together with the seasonal goal totals, particularly focusing on the under/over 2.5 goals market. Based on their 2 league matches this season, Manchester United has consistently featured in games with fewer than 2.5 goals every single time. This powerfully reinforces the low-scoring trend we highlighted right at the start. Burnley, on the other hand, presents a perfect 50-50 split between games exceeding and falling short of that 2.5 goal mark. However, United's unwavering pattern heavily tilts the scales, reinforcing the strong conviction that this match could very well be another tight, low-scoring affair. For value hunters, the under 2.5 goals market certainly presents a compelling argument here.